Isn't that awfully heavy?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fred Cooper, backstage, Leisure World, Amphitheater, 1988. And I am so happy to have with me Miss Barbara Boylan. Barbara, good to have you. Good to have you. It's been a number of years.
It has. It has been a while, but it's fun to be back. It's fun to see old hometown.
And we got to talk, we have to let the audience know, Barbara Boylan was Bobby Burgess' first...
The original dancer.
The original, the
Yes.
first original dancer.
That's right.
What,
That's right.
before Lawrence Welk?
Before Lawrence Welk, we were 12 years old when we started dancing together, right here in Long Beach at Call's Fine Arts Center. And we started out, and then Bobby went on to the Musketeers. He'd come home, he'd film all day, and he'd come home and we'd teach dancing, ballroom dancing, all through junior high, all through high school. And then we got our job with Mr. Welk, and...
What year?
1961, with his hit record with Calcutta.
How old were you?
19.
19?
Yes.
Wasn't that exciting in those
It
days?
was exciting. We had so much fun. We were like a big family. The Lennons, and we really were a big family.
You know, at 19, I can't imagine how really, truly exciting that must be. Know that you're in show business. You're with a good, one of the finest television syndicates at the time.
Hi, Fred.
Hey!
Bobby. And you met Barbara, huh?
Hey, she's better looking than you.
Isn't she great? She's in great shape. I get to throw her over my head tonight.
Do you?
Yeah. See, we do it fine.
Hey, you're getting old for that.
Hey, we haven't danced together for 10 years, and in 3 days we've whipped up our
Did you
dance
really?
routines, and we're going to be fine.
You know, folks, I have to admit that Bob told me earlier that possibly they could not do this television show because they were still working their routines. And they've done them so well, here they are.
Yeah.
So...
I always love to come back to Sylvia's Leisure World. What is this, the 15th year for me?
Oh, don't even ask. Don't even ask.
Well, it's nice to be back.
You're younger than me.
Well,
A lot younger than me.
yeah.
Let me get with Barbara here a minute, and
Sure.
I want to ask her a few questions. Okay. Okay, so you were with the Welk show, Bob, for how many years?
We were on about 6 years, and then in 1967 I married Greg Dixon, who was in the quartet on the Lawrence Welk show. There was 4 young men from the Blenders, and I married him, and he needed to finish school, so it was too hard traveling back and forth. So anyway, I left the show.
When you left the show, did you still dance with Bob?
No, I finished out the season, and then that's when he found Sissy to replace me.
Okay, children.
I have 2. I have a
Yes.
boy, 19, who goes to Westmont College in Santa Barbara, and I have a daughter, 16, and she's a cheerleader and a pom-pom and a dance teacher, just like I am. She's dancing.
Do you still teach dancing?
I still do. It's just
Where?
part of me. I live in Denver, Colorado, or Littleton. It's a suburb of Denver.
I used to live there.
Really?
Martin Marietta.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow, that's right where I live. We've only been there about 4 years, but anyway, that's what I do.
That's great. Let's get back over to get back. Now, you've had Sissy, Barbara, Sissy,
And Elaine.
and Elaine.
And Elaine is with child right now. She
Hello.
married Jim
she
Baldwin,
was-
the director.
Right, I remember
And
that.
she's expecting a baby Thanksgiving Day.
How difficult was it to get Barbara back into the swing of...
It was a cinch. It was so much fun. We're doing some of our routines that we originally did on the Welk show, Calcutta, which got us our job on the show, and a polka and a nice waltz, a champagne waltz. What could be more appropriate than the champagne waltz? And a nice opening called Together Wherever We Go. And then I Could Have Danced All Night, which we have done all of our lives, I think. Right, Barbara?
Right.
And then, of course, there's a nice, easy, soft shoe called Two Sleepy People, which is very appropriate from all the practicing we've been doing for 3 days. So it's probably an act of about half hour. And then Barbara's going to do a Hawaiian dance. Barbara's going to do a hula. That's what she first started doing when she first started dancing when she was, how old, Barb?
When I was 11 years old, that was my first professional job. So it's kind of fun. I like to do
Hawaiian?
it. Sure.
Really?
Yeah, I used to go up and down the ramps, for the fashion shows and all luau's. It was fun.
Oh, this is great. We're going to be traveling with you at all?
We have some dates. We're going to be playing a date in Cape Cod, which will be real fun for 3 days this summer. We're going to be down at the Ramona Bowl. Do you know where that is?
Oh,
Down
yeah.
near Hemet there.
Yeah.
And we're going to be at the Newporter Inn. And we have some good dates coming up in Florida.
Going to Florida.
You're going to Florida?
Yeah, I like Florida.
Does how does this work out with your husband?
Well, he's going to come along too on some of them, so we're
Good.
going to make a vacation out
You
of
know
it.
what she said to me? Sending my boy through Westmont costs a lot of money. Boy, this is going to come in handy.
Boy, when you send kids through college, it's another scene.
You're right.
So this is great. It's just kind of like family. It's kind of nice.
Is it fun getting back to where, not where it was, but kind of picking up?
Well, it's funny when I filled in before he found Elaine. Bobby called me, and within a week, well, actually, within a day, I was back. It was 10-year span, and I was filming on the TV show, and it was like the music started, and Bobby and I had been together so many years that it was so natural. The music started, and we just started dancing. You just don't lose that. It's like, I guess, roller skating or something, and we just felt the same. It's different, I admit. Let's see, Bobby, with the in and out runs is what? Oh, yes, that step. But it's okay,
Then we're a couple of years older.
Just a couple.
Now, does it, of course. Now, I don't know how to ask
Come
this.
on, Brad.
I really don't know how to ask this nicely.
Yes.
We still take Geritol in the morning and Sominex at night. We've got lots of energy. We have lots of Geritol.
Let's put it this way. I'm still teaching dancing, and I do aerobics 3 times a week, and I walk, so I have never stopped.
So I'm strong.
No. Is it, no, I understand that you do aerobics and you do dance and you do these things. But to do routines, is it a lot tougher now, or does it just kind of work itself in?
It's not that much. I was worried because every time until we actually danced out and we did a dress rehearsal yesterday, and it was just fun again. Like if I forget, we'll talk and we'll laugh. That's one thing. Bobby and I have always really had fun dancing. And so if he were a grouch or meanie, I wouldn't like it. But because he'll say, well, that was kind of bad, but let's do it better next time. He's positive. And so it's actually fun. We've really had fun doing it. This last 3 days have been just a whirlwind, but it's been fun. Now, if it wasn't, that's another story.
Where do you go to? Now, the Welk Show's coming back on. It has been back on. You see yourself. I know every once in a while I turn this thing on and I see Bobby Burgess and I see Barbara, or I see one of the people that I know very well, and they're so young. All their hair is black,
Yeah.
No. Does it bother you at all? Or do you just kind of reminisce at good times?
Barbara looks great. She looks like she did years ago.
Well, you're right. Exactly. Always a pleasure having you two here.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate you coming tonight. I hope that the folks out there will enjoy the show, although they can't see it. We don't tape this show. But I just want them to know that you think about them, and that's why we do these interviews before.
Good.
And know what you're doing and what you've done and how you feel and your children and what's going on. That's what we want.
It's nice to be here again. This is like family coming back to Seal Beach here. Of course, we're from Long Beach. We're next door.
Yeah, right.
So it's nice.
Barbara, it's so great. Great to have you here tonight.
Thank
I appreciate you coming.
Thank you. Excited.
Well, I hope so. I hope Bob has, I hope he took his Geritol tonight.
Right.
He brought his pants tonight.
One year I forgot him, and Fred had to loan me
I
his.
heard about that.
And they were too big.
Oh, well.
And they kept falling down. I remember, see?
Got me through the night. That's the main thing.
It's so good to have them both here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to have you here tonight, and I hope that you've enjoyed as much as I have Barbara Boylan and Bobby Burgess. Thank you very much. Good night. See you tomorrow.
guy so cute and no we go together to discover who we can. It's so great to be dancing with Barbara again. We started dancing when we were 12 years old, believe it or not, right here in Long Beach, California. When we were about 19, we got our job on the Lawrence Welk Show. We won a dance contest, dancing to Calcutta, his big hit of 1961, and we won an appearance on his show. And week after week, we kept going up to him and asking him what kind of dance he'd like to do, a tango, like us to do a tango, a waltz, a foxtrot. 6 months went by, and he finally announced that we were regulars on the air. Anyway, Barbara was on the show for 6 years, and she left to get married. And then when I was supposed to replace Sissy, Barbara came back, and we danced together for another 6 months, 1978. and we went touring for 6 months and did 11 or 12 of the Walt TV shows. And now Barbara lives in Denver, Colorado with her family, and she teaches dancing twice a week to all ages, from preschoolers up to grandmas. Once again, here's my partner for tonight, and for the next few months at least, Barbara Boylan.
When I was 10 years old, and it was doing the hula. It's one of my favorite because it's really expressive, and it just tells a feeling. And so I'd like to give Bob a little rest here, and I'm going to show you, well, you'll listen to the words. Here we go.
We'd like to come out on the ramp and see if you have any questions for us. This is the most fun. We'll just take a little walk, Rob, Barbara.
And you'll just break her right there.
There we go. Well, why don't we introduce... There's Christy down there. Okay, who has a question for Bobby and Barbara? Anybody?
Yeah. I'd like to stand by and give you mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Ooh, she wants to stand by and give me mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. My wife is in the audience, and I don't know if she understands my job that much. How about another question?
Are these routines that you've done on the Welk Show?
Yes, we've done most of them.
All but
Let's
the
see.
champagne waltz, and that's the one I've been working 3 days on, the one we just did.
And together wherever we go.
We did that
Years ago.
Years
That's
ago.
right. Barbara and I originated that routine, and then I taught it to Sissy, and then I taught it to Elaine, and now it's back to Barbara.
1, 2, 3, back to the original.
Are there some other questions?
Choreography.
I'm going to take my coat off. It's
You
kind
did
of
the
warm.
choreography on the Welk Show.
All the choreography actually was done, we did it, most of it.
Jack Immel did his, Arthur did his own, and the three steppers, as Lawrence called Arthur, Jack, and I, we kind of all put our ideas together.
They were great.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's kind of fun to see the reruns, and the residual checks are most welcome with 4 kids. Okay, Barbara, you want to change real fast? See what happened to Elaine? That was my first opening announcement, and I went right through it, didn't I? Well, last July, she got married to Jim Baldwin, one of the directors of the Lawrence Welk Show, and she's decided to become a producer. Next Thanksgiving Day, she's going to produce her first baby. So I called Barbara, and she said, "Oh, that would be so much fun. I'd love to get together again. We'll dance for 6 or 8 months again, and then Elaine will get back into shape." But she was really excited. We danced together until June 30th, when she was almost 5 months along. So Barbara is like a feather tonight. Okay, any other questions? What about Sissy? Sissy is a businesswoman at Marina Del Rey. She's in insurance annuities. She was always very good with her money. Anybody else? Myron. I'm glad you asked. That's my father-in-law, of course. And you can see him tomorrow night, the last night of his week engagement at Disneyland. He's at the Carnation Gardens. In fact, well, thanks for being such a nice audience for us. We had a great time tonight, and we hope you did too. One more time with the polka. Everybody clap along. A one and the two and
Burgess, ladies and gentlemen, and Miss Barbara Boylan. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
From Dr. Zhivago. Yes, 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 yes. Laura's theme. Here we go. Here we go.
Castle, ladies and gentlemen. One more. One more.
One more! I love it. Thank you so much. What'd you do? That's what I told you. He looks so young. Fred, come here, darling. Fred, stop looking in the mirror. Get over here.